Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Journey. Today's video, we're going to be looking at the patch notes that are coming, and I'm a little disappointed because we know it is a hypo hero that is coming. However, if you're very similar to me, even putting a little bit of money into the game, I am still building out Rainier. I don't even have anything to summon him anymore. We got the reset. We did get a couple of summons out of there. Unfortunately, we did not see a copy of Rainier, which means we're going to continue building the hero that is going on right now. But looking through and running through these, adding a new S-level hypo hero, which is Phraesto, the Abyssal Illusionist. Now, this is the one where we ended our storyline, and essentially a lot of players have hurried through the game, got to a point, and it's been kind of the tedious grind of every day because there hasn't been any new content. Now, I know that is by design. That is what Lilith has said from the beginning, was they're going to release content on this game on a regular basis. But again, a lot of players are just kind of spinning their wheels, doing the exact same thing, trying to build up a couple new heroes. And I'm wondering exactly how this season is going to sum up. Now, this, of course, is the third hero we're seeing for this season, because we did see Ulsa, we did see Soren, and of course, now we're seeing a new hypo hero, which of course, whale-wise, they're going to be really into it. You can get a lot of your stellar crystals. For me personally, and a lot of other players, I haven't even gotten, I believe, to Mythic Plus as of right now. I might have some in there to go in the Stargazer and actually build some out, but overall, we haven't even got Rainier to Mythic Plus at this point. So to build a new hypo hero is going to be impossible unless they are actually changing these. Now, added new seasonal artifacts, Fleetfoot spell and the Thunderbolt spell will be unlocked. And there we go. They will be obtainable through Clan Reputation event. So there are going to be new events that are coming. But again, it seems like a lot of the content is staying a lot of the same. Then, of course, we're adding new magical charm merchant. That's going to be a big thing. So for a lot of players, they have just been, again, kind of spinning their wheels, farming up these magic charms, waiting to get the ones they need. Now, after the update, the heroes Chippy and Hammy will also be able to equip magical charms. Now, a lot of players, very similar to AFK Arena, want to see Chippy and Hammy as Supreme Plus heroes. Don't know if that's ever going to happen, but just because of the integration of these two little hamsters within the storyline, I think it would be really cool to actually go ahead and build those out a little bit further. Now, experience optimization. Now, this, of course, is where we see a lot of players are kind of dropping off AFK Journey. Even looking at the sales, you know, of course, a brand new game, it's going to be like fire. 2 months in, how long is the longevity going to be? I feel like the dynamic of this game is definitely strong. For me, I've kind of fallen off a little bit, which is exactly what happened in the beta version of it. Is you got to a point where there really wasn't much to do, there wasn't much content, and it just seemed like it was a lot more grindy. And also for an AFK game, there is a lot of time that is put into this. If literally you want to come in here, you want to do everything every day, going through all of the arena, going through, you know, all of the events and everything that they have, using all of your attempts, it is very, very time consuming. And for me, time, unfortunately, is not on my side because we have a lot going on. Most of you know that YouTube is my second job that I love to do and love to share the content with you. But let's get back to the patch notes. So optimize the drop rate of the high mythic charms in Duro's trial, making it easier to get them. And again, this is where a lot of players were kind of stuck, not being able to get them. Added a feature to switch heroes in the magic charms. Now that is something we talked about. You have to go into the charms, out, switch the hero, into the charm, switch the hero. That is going to be a huge quality of life item just right there. Added a countdown display for the end of the season in the equipment magic charm screen. Very cool. Added a feature to view formations in records. Now, this is going to be pretty interesting because it seems you can also see other players can be viewed and copied in the preparation screen of certain modes. So you're just going to be able to duplicate formations. Now, of course, for AFK Arena, this was a massive update that they did. Being able to go in there and actually build and copy out the formations was a game changer because you could see what other players were using. Now, added a simplified display mode for titles in the world. Yeah, that's kind of a weird system as well. Optimize the condition for obtaining weekly rewards in the Honor Duel. And again, Honor Duel is something that is pretty nice. I do like the game mode itself, but again, the time consumption to go through there, it takes like 15-20 minutes to go through there. Now, of course, I know you can go in there and just lose if you forfeit, but to actually go there and rank up and play it as intended, it does take a long time. Now, optimize the login screen after completing all chapters of Song of Strife season. The login screen will alternate between Starter Story and Song of Strife season displays. Now, of course, a lot of players are still curious why we have a double loading bar. So the game will load, then it'll stop, then it'll load for a much longer bar, which again is kind of an optimization that I would like to see. Optimize the rules in enhanced mode, prompting for treasure chest or treasure quest. Added a new feature that allows you to automatically pick up gatherable items in the world. That'd be pretty cool. Optimize the auto route, which again requires store updates. Added a feature for switching language on the iPad. Now, one big pet peeve I have here is I try it on my tablet. I have an iPad 6th generation. This game just crashes nonstop. I know there was a lot of optimization for it, but it still does the exact same thing. It does crash a considerable amount of time. Now, optimize the image interface in the settings and the power mode, because of course people are blowing up their phones playing the game. Adjusting certain enemy characters in battle in the world. Optimize the formation experience in Supreme Arena. Yeah, this is kind of a weird one over there. Optimize some of the voices. Then, of course, we'll update the game to version 1.1.13 on June 6th. So we actually have a couple more hours and this will be updated. Then there is some combat mechanics that are going to join us as well. Optimize the description of the skill entangling route. Again, kind of the fine tuning. Now, Ulsa. Let's talk about Ulsa for a minute. Unfortunately, with Ulsa, we're not seeing a lot of utility. And unfortunately, you know, going in and doing all of our rate up summons, unfortunately, we haven't seen a lot, but fixed an issue with the Vigorous Slam, sometimes failed to correctly attack enemies, fixed an issue with Swift Evasion, again, didn't trigger, fixed an issue where Rolling Boulder could be interrupted. And again, it seems like this hero, not a lot of utility that we're seeing. On Tundra, we have a couple with the exclusive equipment. The Trana in here, again, fixed an issue with a skill. Vela and then Lumont, Rainier. And again, Rainier fixed an issue where the actual enemy characters swapped by the skill dynamic balance could sometimes differ from the preview view. And the arcane spider eggs produced by the spider monster will now be in an unaffected state. And then, of course, it goes through just some bugs. Player-based power displayed in systems such as Friend and Guild were just wrong. It was just kind of wrong, which was kind of crazy. Fixed interface issues with the Arcane Labyrinth, the chat interface, and then of course the Honor Duel needed a little bit of an update. And then of course you can watch the new update, and there is the new hero. Very cool looking hero overall, but again, looking at the ability to get the hero, that is kind of the point where a lot of players, including myself, are stuck, is looking at the Emporium and getting the Stellar Crystals out of here. I think I have a couple more diamonds, so we've been actually buying these out. And again, I want to do a couple summons in here, but buying those out give us 800 left. The arena store is bought out. This is kind of bought out. We've been getting copies of Odie and actually going through there to try to get him to a Paragon level. And then, of course, I didn't log in, I don't believe yesterday. So we did get some rewards out of there for not logging in or collecting those. So Soren is still the rate up. So we know I got a couple copies of Soren. Again, not seeing a lot of utility with Ulsa, not seeing a lot of utility with Soren. So I'm assuming that the new hero is going to have quite a bit more utility. I'm really hoping that the new Hippo is going to have, again, a lot more utility. But unfortunately, like I said, for most players, not going to have the ability to really summon the new hero. And let's see how close we are. We are 6 away from getting another copy of Soren. And then, of course, in here, we did have the ability to put in Ulsa in here that we were building out a little bit further. Epic recruitment, we're just going to save these because this is what we want to look at, guys. This is where we're coming in to do the summons. And again, looking at the reset, buying everything out of there, we have 17 more to go to get a copy of Rainier. Now, I believe at this point that we haven't pulled any copies. I think we're still 0 for forever. Maybe we might have pulled one, but I don't think so. With the copies of Rainier in here, which again, can't say for the new hero because you don't have the ability. And we do not get anything out of there, but literally one of these. That is pretty sad to see. We have 2 more crystals right here. Maybe by chance we're going to see it, unless they just make us go full pity on getting a copy of him. There is another and another. So again, we have what, 5 left, but stellar crystals, we're going to have to wait. There might be a point in the next, 24 days that we have the opportunity to actually get some stellar crystals. But I don't know exactly where. I think there's some out of some guild chests, but again, we haven't had the ability to get any of them out of guild chests, unfortunately. meaning that we're pretty limited. And again, with the new hero, we're not going to be able to pick up. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.